All right. Wonder if I should get Jaden on here. Might get Jaden to go live with me. Talk some Tempest AI. If I can figure out how to add him. Because we got a lot of Tempest to talk about. I can't miss the late night stream. Howdy. What's up, Moses? What's up, brother? How you doing, man? How's your day? How's your portfolio looking today, man? I just joined my buddy's Jaden's Discord and did a little like live call with him with all the people in the Discord. So that was pretty cool. Just did like a little portfolio overview, went over my conviction on my plays, Tempest, SoFi, Hems, went over some news and data related to them. So that was pretty cool. But yes, Tempest is going strong. Can't complain. For real, dude. Tempest, strong ain't the word. Strong, I mean, it's going ridiculous. I feel like every week it's like a 20% week. Like when is it going to cool off? When are we going to get a dip or a little retracement? I think it'd be healthy for the stock. But, I mean, like you said, I'm not complaining. We might hit $80 this week. That'd be ridiculous. And I don't think we're overstretched or getting overvalued. I think, we're approaching fair value. But like I said, the stock is just ripping. Like, I need to share my screen. I mean, look at this. Just a monster gap up. Insane. Expecting to go near 100, especially because earnings is coming. Yeah, for sure. I've been seeing some mixed things about earnings. Like, is it March 4th or pour that water out and put a little vodka cran in it? I know I need to celebrate. I mean, Tempest has been ripping. But I've seen some mixed comments on earnings, whether it's March 4th or February 24th. Where did that guy comment it? Like, I'm not, because Robinhood says March 4th, but February 24th. Okay, that's what that one guy said on X. But why does Robinhood say March 4th? That's so weird. And that's a Monday, right? Let me double check. So I'll write some covered calls after earnings, maybe. I think earnings are going to be insane. I think their guidance is going to be ridiculous. When they give that $1.23 billion guide, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, the 24th is a Monday. So Monday after earning or after hours. So I can do some covered calls next week as well. Do we dip going into earnings or do we keep running going into earnings is the question. I think a little dip or a cool off would be good. I hate stocks running into earnings, expectations so high, but I really don't know if all these new eyes on Tempest like understand the financials of the company. Because they didn't announce the 1.23 billion on their official investor relations or anything. That was at a conference at the very end of a slideshow. So I think when they, announced that on an earnings call, when analysts and everybody's paying attention, then I could see a huge reaction to that. Maybe not. Maybe it's already priced in, but we'll see. Major W. Agree, man. Agree. Tempest has been ridiculous. Tempest is a W. Call it Wimpus. W Tempest, Wimpus. I mean, nobody wanted to buy this stock after the post-IPO lockup, when it was down here. I mean, it was thrown to the dogs. It was thrown to the raccoons. But that's when we were loading up. That's when you got to load up, man. Sentiment can change so fast. Especially when the stock's going down, it's hard to, keep your conviction high. But if you know what you own, and dive deeper into the financials and listen to what the CEO is saying, then you're good, man. And I'm so glad that I went big on Tempest. So glad. Even if we did back to 50, I'm cool with that. Naughty, that's my girl right there with the heart eyes. I would love a pull back to 50. Do you have a target price? Well, for 2025, I'd say my price target is $110 a share. But short term, anything can happen. I don't know. Like I said, I hope a pullback. I mean, this month has been ridiculous. But for 2025, price target is $110 a share. I mean, it's only February, and look where we've gotten. Look where we've gotten. So ridiculous. I mean, we're only up. I mean, yes, we're up 100% from the IPO price, so that's decent. But this is still such a young company in its infancy. So, what about you, Moses? What do you think? What do you think the stock's going to? What's your price target? I'm curious on y'all's thoughts. And how did y'all's portfolio do today? Were y'all in the green? What holdings are y'all adding to? What are y'all selling, buying? Any options you are playing? I was thinking 100. Honestly, it's pretty damn scary. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? I could see it going higher than 110. Honestly, I mean, especially if we come with strong earnings and strong guidance, and the optimism continues, I could see it over 100, 100, 110. Or we could get back to 50. I wouldn't be surprised with that either. I mean, Tempest is so volatile. We can go back to 50, and I would not break a sweat. I'd be cool with it. I honestly probably add more, maybe. But right now, I'm focused on buying more SoFi. I'd love to add more HIMS if it dips, because I only have 300 shares of HIMS. I'd love to get like 500, 600 shares of HIMS, but I'd like it to dip below 35. What do you think of United Health Group? Let's take a look. Let's look at the charts. I know that's going to be like a dividend growth stock. I mean, you're not going to see much growth there, more of like a safe dividend play. But I mean, I think it's a decent buy, I guess. It depends on your goals. You know what I mean? Are you a dividend investor? You want something slow and steady to grow, then yeah, maybe it's a good buy for you. For me, I wouldn't buy it because it doesn't match my goals. I'm focused on high growth companies, disruptors. I believe United Health is on the other end of the rope and is getting disrupted, in my opinion. That's just me. I don't think they're going anywhere. I think they're going to continue to pay a nice dividend, and they'll probably grow slow and steady, but it doesn't match my goals. Invest House is so fine. So what's the next position? That's a sexy chart. The next position, man, honestly, you want me to be honest with you guys? I've been eyeing Tesla a lot, but at these valuations, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable buying. But I'd love to get some Tesla, especially if it drops below 250 or 260. But sitting above 300, man, there's so much optimism and enthusiasm with Tesla right now. It's scary to buy when things are going good and optimism's high. I like to buy about the opposite, when people don't want anything to do with it. Because if the Optimus robot works out and full self-driving, brings all this revenue, then you can argue Tesla's cheap here. But I think we're a ways away until we see revenue from Optimus, revenue from full self-driving at a substantial amount. So right now, most of the revenue is coming from automobile sales. So, I mean, we're getting a Model Y refresh. I'm sure that'll boost sales a little bit, but I'm not really buying anything new, man. I'm really just buying Tesla right now. I'm not buying. I'm really just buying SoFi right now. Sorry. SoFi below 15. Yeah, give it to me. One day that will break out. Yeah, can't agree more. Optimism is scary. Yeah, it's tough to not get FOMO and not to get excited when the stocks are going up, and it's difficult to keep your conviction high and stand your ground when the stock's going down. You don't want to get emotions into it. I went full port Tesla as my first position. Now I diversify. Dude, I was super heavy in Tesla when I first started this channel. Super heavy. But now I bought around like the 150, 160 level. I was still around 260. So I definitely missed out on some gains, but it is what it is, man. You make mistakes, you learn. Should I take on more risk being 18 years old? It's up to you, man. I'm not the one to answer that question. Don't take risks till you know what the heck you're talking about. I mean, I agree with that, man. Honestly, dude, I'd stick to a SP 500 or something safe. Just keep adding money, what you can afford each week, grow your portfolio. Like I said, SP 500 or QQQ is generally a safe bet. I'm not a financial advisor, but and like he said, as you learn, then maybe you can diversify in the future into some higher growth, maybe riskier plays that you have high conviction in. But yeah, man, play it safe. Just learn. There's so much free information out there. Don't listen to anybody on YouTube. I mean, you can get information from them, but I'm saying don't take everybody's advice, because I've done that in the past and I've lost money on stocks doing it that way. Just because some YouTuber liked the stock, I'm okay, I'll buy it. Like, don't listen to me. Don't listen to these guys on YouTube, because besides you, of course. Yeah, man, do your own research. But trust yourself, dude. Trust your gut. But knowledge is power. Do your research, man. We're in an interesting time where there's so much free information out there. You can learn so much. I made money from Tempest from you. Well, that makes me happy. I'm glad you made some money, man. Hopefully the other plays work. I mean, Hims is working out great. SoFi, I think we're going to see a stagnant 3 to 4 months from SoFi, at least until next earnings. But like I said, my price target for SoFi is $25 a share for 2025. But that's just me. It cannot work out. It could work out. Obviously, I'm betting on it. So Nancy's on board. Yep. Nancy loves Tempest, man. What do you think about Hims? I believe it's still undervalued. I think fair price around 60, 65. It's funny you mentioned that because that's my price target for 2025 is around like $65 a share. I think a lot of people look at the chart and are like, oh my gosh, it's risen so much. It's overvalued. No, I think it's approaching fair value, same as Tempest. But when you look at the price earnings to growth and consider their long runway, look at this. Hold on, when you see here, they have so many untapped products, this huge product roadmap. So it's still a company in its infancy. With the Super Bowl ad, you got to think, guys, Hims only has 2 million subscribers. They did an ad at the Super Bowl. Super Bowl had 200 million viewers. If 1% of the Super Bowl viewers subscribe to Hims, that's a double in their subscribers. Insane. And you see people say like, oh, Hims doesn't have a moat. Well, I'd argue differently because Hims moat comes with its personalized subscription or personalized offerings. When you realize that over half, not just a small amount, over half of their subscribers are on personalized offerings, then that's the moat right there. If a customer comes to you and they're on a personalized subscription where they're getting a personalized dose of a personalized treatment and it's working well for them and they're getting little to no side effects, then it's very unlikely they're going to go somewhere else. And then Hims can continue to cross-sell you different products and just overall make an enjoyable, personalized experience for you. So yeah, love Hims. But yeah, I agree. I think fair value is around, that's my price target, so $60. What if you sold all your shares of SoFi right now and just put it all on Hims? I mean, I don't want to. I could. You know what I mean? It could work out, but I really want exposure to SoFi. I truly believe in SoFi, especially when I was listening to their fireside chat with Anthony Noto at Bank of America. Dude, it's amazing hearing what he had to say. I mean, just obliterating the naysayers saying SoFi is just a bank. Like, he made a great point. Follow me on X if you guys don't, because I posted some clips from the fireside chat when he said, well, I've heard a lot of people say that the success or failure of our tech platform determines if SoFi is a fintech company or a bank. He's like, that can't be further from the truth. He said, SoFi is a mission-driven digital financial services company. It's not a bank. They have a bank. And the bank just helps them with the loans and stuff like that. So my view with SoFi long-term, and like I said, I'm down on SoFi right now. My average cost is like $14.87, $14.85. I'm down on SoFi right now, but it doesn't matter because my vision for the future right now is SoFi is going to be this one-stop shop for everything financial services related. It's going to be the benefits that you're going to get from banking and being in SoFi's ecosystem are going to be so unmatched. It'd be like, well, why aren't you with SoFi? So they only have 10 million members right now, and they're projecting 12.8. But I could see them hitting 13, 14 million members. I think these legacy banks are just slowly dying. SoFi is the future of banking and everything financial services, in my opinion. One thing they need to tighten up on, though, Anthony Noto, if you're watching this, bro, get level 1 options on SoFi Invest right now. What are you doing? It can't be that hard. Get me over there. I'll program it right now. Why choose SoFi over Ally, or do you compare the two? I don't compare the two. I mean, if you had a gun to my head, and I do not want to invest in banks. I don't invest in banks. I don't invest in airline companies. I don't invest in non-American companies. But if I had to invest in another bank, it would be Ally. But no, SoFi has the advantage 100%. 100%. Yes, banks have many divisions. That's a good point. To be honest, that is the main narrative. And the reason SoFi can give these unmatched benefits is because they're digital first. They don't have all these brick and mortar locations, wasting all this money, paying all these employees. No. So they can give you benefits that are unheard of. Like I said, you can get credit cards, loans, at banking. investing everything all on the SoFi platform, the SoFi ecosystem. So they just launched SoFi Plus. And like I said, I'm in the process of switching to SoFi. I'm gonna start banking with them, and I'll get more hands-on experience with the product actually. So, but yeah, one thing with SoFi Plus is if they just get 1 million members, then let's say $10 a month, that's what, $120 million in revenue for the year. I mean, analysts haven't even considered that possibility. Do you personally use SoFi for your personal use? How's software experience? I'll just answer that, I guess. I'm in the process of transferring. I have like a small account there, but I'm currently in the process of making it like my main and only bank. I probably won't invest with them because I just enjoy Robinhood experience so much. Speaking of Robinhood, their stock has gone insane after hours because of their great earnings. But I just love the Robinhood experience, so I'm always going to probably invest with Robinhood. That's the plan. But we're going to see. I'll give you guys more updates as I transfer over to their platform. But yeah, my conviction's high with SoFi. You know, I think sentiment's kind of bad right now on SoFi, which is a great time to buy. For me, that's me personally. Anything under $15 a share, yeah, give it to me. I'll take it. So that's where all my money's been going recently. Hood was so obvious. I'm mad I didn't buy. Yeah, I mean, I used to own Hood. I bought Hood around, I think, in the 30s. I love Hood as well. I have nothing against Hood stock. Hood, I love Hood's culture and how transparent their management team is with the retail community. Like, I love it. I wish SoFi would take a page out of their book because their involvement and engagement with their shareholders and the retail, like, it's impeccable. Not to mention, like, they're such aggressive innovators. Like, I think when Donald Trump released his meme coin, they had it on the platform in like 2 days. 2 days. So they're firing on all cylinders. I have nothing against Hood stock. Hood is a gold mine, yeah. Crazy, man. Hood, love it. I love their management and their strategy and just their transparency. I love it. Love it, love it. But I mean, the portfolio has done extremely well. I got some covered calls on Tempest and HIMS. HIMS, I believe the lowest one is $52 strike price, and Tempest, the lowest one is 81. So we're gonna see how that works. They expire Friday. So, but man, Tempest, man, we're going up like 20% every week. So I believe we have earnings February 24th. If I'm not mistaken. It's weird because Robinhood says March 4th, and then other sources say February 24th. So I'm not sure. Maybe I need to contact Robinhood support and be like, yo, what's going on, man? Is your information false or what? Like, where are you getting this March 4th from? How old are you? I'm 19. 19 years young. But yeah, I mean, I started this portfolio at $7,500 when I was 18. And, you know, I want to make a video discussing this, but how I grew this portfolio, and I wasn't always in these 3 plays. If you guys have watched my older videos, you know, I was a lot more diversified, but I just bought some high quality companies. I started with $7,500 and I added money each week that I could afford to put into the brokerage. And just consistently every week. And with all those contributions and the returns, I've eventually grown it to where it is now. So I could not be more than happy. Wow, what a W at 19. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm very happy with the way things have been going. But I mean, yeah, my high concentration in these companies is great because they've been performing so well. But if we see a drawdown in the markets or these companies, you know, start, you know, pulling back, I'm going to see a lot greater downturn than a traditional investor would that's invested into like ETFs and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm not getting excited seeing my portfolio crush all-time highs because it could very well come down. Let's see all-time return. Okay. 104.45%. That is the all-time return. But yeah, man. Would you ever go for a future career working at a prop/quant firm/institutional trading company? I originally wanted to pursue a career in finance, but it's so difficult, man. It's such a competitive space. And I mean, a lot of the people in that industry are just schmucks, like really schmucks. So, and I think that's what kind of I've built my channel on is just transparency, being honest, trying to be down to earth, show my mistakes, show my wins, share my thoughts. That's the difference. That's the route I'm taking. But I don't have plans to have a future career in that. I want to be a firefighter. That's my plan. Insane return. I agree. Crushing it. You will be winning long term. I hope so. We'll see how these companies continue to perform. My conviction is extremely high. So we'll see how it works out. Like I said, we see a pullback in Tempest and HIMS, and my portfolio goes down with it. You know what I mean? But I think, in a few years, these companies are going to be much, much higher. Much higher. But what are you guys buying right now? What's on y'all's buy list? Y'all make any moves this week so far? How's your portfolio performing? Oh, my camera's starting to lag. Because my battery's getting low. I gotta stop sharing my screen. For some reason, when I share my screen, I start lagging. It's quite annoying. Maybe it's just my battery's low. Experiencing the pain, starts to feel numb, LOL. What do you guys think about CPI numbers coming in hot this morning? It's weird because the market, I think the SP 500 dropped down like 1% after it came out. And I think it's like the market is telling, okay, this good news or bad news. We got CPI coming in hot. Okay, that's bad news. But you're also going to, okay, we might get more interest rate cuts. So is it good news? Is it, you know what I mean? How the market likes to digest things differently. How long do you ride these companies? Do you sell after, say, 3 to 5 years and find new high growth companies? It depends. Does the story change? Does growth slow down? Let's say 3 years down the road, Tempest, so let's say CEO leaves and growth slows down, and maybe they're getting disrupted by a different company. Then yeah, it's time to change companies. But I don't plan on selling these companies for a long time. Long time. But I'm always on the lookout for new companies. I'm not going to be closed-minded. Like, these 3 are the only high-growth companies to own. No, there's tons of opportunities in the market. So if I find a company that, I have high conviction in, and I see, an asymmetric risk to reward opportunity, then I'll take it. What do you think about the Chinese market right now? Honestly, man, I don't keep up with it. I don't invest in Chinese stocks. I'm not going to bet on a communist country. That's just part of my investing philosophy. I stick to American companies. Never bet against America. It's hard to sell, not going to lie. Yeah. You could always just not sell. It's hard to be right twice. You got to be right when you buy and right when you sell. So why not just buy and hold? Need to go live with Louise. I would love to. I would love to get Louise on here, but I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to get involved with all this. I told him to start a YouTube channel and start posting about stuff. Doesn't have to be stock market related, but I think he'd do great. He has such a good, funny personality for it. Yeah, Louise would be awesome to have on. Maybe I'll get with him because I can go live with people on YouTube. I want to go live with one of you guys, and you guys show off your portfolio. Where'd you get the green sign? As a gift? Pretty fire, right? Pretty fire sign from my pops. Pops is the GOAT. Yo, what's going on? What's up, man? What's up, DeVito? Black Ops 2 in the back. Is that real? Yeah, man, of course. I'm playing Black Ops 2. Some Transit, some Hijacked. Of course, dude. I'm based like that. I'm not playing Fortnite. Come on, man. What helped you save your money? Self-control and budgeting, man. If you just have a normal job, so you have a steady income coming in, set aside part of that for your bills or expenses or whatever. And if you can, put the rest of it in your brokerage and invest it. If you don't need it, then invest it. Was able to scoop up 3 shares of Tesla the past 2 weeks now. I'm at 10 shares brick by brick. Yeah, man, I would love to see a continued pullback in Tesla. I mean, I would need to see a lot more of a pullback to consider adding it. But yeah, it's been bleeding recently, man. Like it's been going down quite a bit. But like I just talked about Tesla a minute ago. I mean, the optimism is still so high. I don't like buying when optimism is high, and when people are excited, I don't want to buy. I want to buy when people are like, man, Tesla's done. Tesla sucks. I'll be running Modern Warfare 1 Remastered because I got PS5. That's sick, bro. Yeah, I always play Black Ops 2. And said, is it real? Of course it's real. Absolutely. Anybody else got it? We can hop on and play together. I'm down. I'll carry y'all. No, Tesla's an interesting company, man, because if Elon's projections do work out and you see Optimus get the 10 trillion in revenue, which is insane, you see full self-driving work out. I mean, you could very well see Tesla as the largest company in the world by far. But Elon's also very optimistic, and sometimes the timelines don't exactly hit on time. But Elon, even if Elon's 10% right, that's 1 trillion. Yeah, I agree for sure. And I wouldn't bet against Elon. That's for sure. Do you think we will ever be able to buy Tempest at $50 a share again? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tempest drop down to 50 at all. I'd welcome it. I think it'd be healthy. A good dip / pullback. I would love it. How do you feel about PayPal? I believe that the financial stocks will do really well for the next couple of years. I've got like 350 shares of SoFi, so wondering how you feel about how PayPal compares. I'm nothing against PayPal. I'm not a huge advocate because the growth is kind of slow for me personally. That's just my personal goals, but I think it has a good risk to reward ratio. It's kind of a slow and steady grower. I know they're getting into advertisements and stuff like that. Some of the people that I watch on YouTube are big fans of PayPal, but for me personally, I rather own SoFi. That's gonna be my exposure to like the whole fintech industry. Only Amazon is going to be doing 1 trillion anytime soon. Yeah, for sure. Amazon's a beast. I think Amazon's also going to incorporate a lot of robotics. People don't really view Amazon as a robotics company, but wait till you see the robotics take all the jobs at the warehouses. Amazon's going to have more robots than anybody. And I think they already have some robots deployed. So you're going to continue to see that. Do you have any Bitcoin exposure? I do not. No Bitcoin exposure. Maybe if we get a big crash, I'll think about it. If we see another bear market or a crypto winter, maybe I'll consider it. But as of right now, no. I'd rather buy companies that are growing revenues fast and I can really they're truly printing cash and growing free cash flow and profitable rather than Bitcoin that's worth what people think it's worth. You know what I mean? If everybody agrees, okay, Bitcoins are overvalued at 100 grand, I think it should be worth 50 grand, then it goes to 50 grand. It doesn't have earnings, it doesn't have intrinsic value. That's my thing with it. Do you think a big market correction could be looming this year or even towards the end of 2025 due to how high the PE ratio is on the market right now? I wouldn't be surprised. It's going to be tough for us to get a correction, I think, because I think we have the most stock market and economy-friendly administration in right now. I don't think Donald Trump's going to allow a huge market correction because he's just so focused. He's a businessman. He's so focused on the economy and the stock market. So I would not bet against America right now or at all over the next 4 years. We also got interest rates coming down. We're on the AI revolution. I mean, there's so much going right. So I would not bet against. I would not bet on that. I wouldn't hold my breath. Seen a lot of money going into Lam Research through recent 13FS. What do you think of Lam Research? I believe that's like a semiconductor play, right? But I don't follow it that closely. I believe it's kind of a high grower, I think. But I guess I don't follow it really close enough. But I'd love to share my screen, look at the chart, but my thing wants to be all laggy. Let's see. I'll try and share my screen again. See if I start lagging. Yep, I'm lagging again. Okay, stop sharing. But yeah, I don't follow it closely enough. Black Ops 2045 is Tesla bot soldier warfare. Imagine, that'd be sick. Dude, if the Tesla bot works out, I mean, I think Elon said he wants to is it 5x or 10x the production of Optimus over the next few years? That'd be insane. But I personally still think Optimus is 5 to 6 years out of meaningful revenue, in my opinion. We still got a little ways to go, but all the optimism has people thinking otherwise. But we could see, I'm not doubting Elon. My biggest, and I love Elon. My biggest thing with Elon is his mind is so split. He has so much going on. You got him managing DOGE, or Department of Government Efficiency, which is a huge task. You have SpaceX. You have Starlink. You have the Boring Company. You have Tesla. I mean, he's got so much going on. You have X. I'm going to mention X. So it's not like he's just solely focused on Tesla. He has a lot going on. I'm personally not a fan of that. It's not that I'm not a fan of that. If I was a Tesla investor, I would not be a fan of that. As an investor, you want your company CEO to be focused on your company that you're owning, and that's it. So that's my thoughts. But I love Elon. Elon's a GOAT. Growth stocks versus dividend stocks, in your opinion? For me, growth stocks, because I was dividend stock focused when I first started, believe it or not. If you watch some of my first videos, I was like half VOO and half SCHD, which is a dividend ETF. I thought dividends was the way to go, but I think when you're younger and you have a little bit of a higher risk tolerance, I think growth investing is the way to go because it's going to get you a higher return rather than dividend investing. But let's say I'm 55 years old and I got, 8 figures, 7 figures in the stock market, then maybe I'll roll it into some dividend ETFs and get that nice passive dividend income. But I think growth beats dividend 99% of the time. So Root Insurance recently turned around, has insane revenue growth. Have you heard of them? I have not, but I'll have to look into that. So it's insurance. Not the most exciting business, not going to lie, but I'll look into it for sure. I'm open-minded. I'll absolutely look into it. He needs to appoint a CEO, in my opinion, and instead of be the president or director of the board. That's tough. I can't say I agree because I think if Elon Musk steps down as CEO, I mean, I could see the stock tanking off that. I mean, Tesla always has had the Elon premium baked into it. That's why its valuation is so high. I mean, it's all on Elon. I mean, you're getting the Elon tax on Tesla. They use AI. Okay, interesting. Eric Lefkowski, Sole Focus, is a Tempest, which is amazing. If you guys don't know, Eric is the CEO of Tempest. Yeah, I mean, he was the founder, one of the founders of Groupon. But yeah, he is focused. He is dialed on Tempest right now. I mean, you can see it. I mean, I don't know if you guys follow Tempest on X, but they announce a new partnership like every day. Not every day, but like every week they have a new partnership with another company. Today they announced one with a AI company that has to do with prostate cancer and early detection there and bringing AI tests to them. A little while ago, you had them partner with a breast cancer AI company to target breast cancer early and get early detection. So you just see all these partnerships, and Tempest is expanding to all of these disease types and cancer types. So they're not just an oncology play. Yes, they specialize in oncology and they're dominating, but they're also getting into cardiology, neuropsychology, all the above. You think the Tempest team is like, there's so much potential in this healthcare stuff, but let's just stick to oncology. No, they're going for the whole pie. He has a good story too. Seems like a great guy. Yeah, he seems genuine. I never met him, but I'd buy him a beer. I'm like, yo, Aaron, let's get a beer, man. I'll buy you a beer if you give me a few hundred Tempest shares. Hell, man, make me part of the board. But yeah, Eric's the man. I like Eric. Hearing him talk about Tempest is like hearing him talk about his baby. So, the Tempest AI YouTube channel actually has some pretty good videos. If you watch their 2024 roadshow clips, I recommend you guys watch that. There's a lot of good information in there. He dives deep and they try to explain the business in simple terms, but it's still a little overwhelming and confusing. But I highly recommend watching that video. I'll have to link it or go over it in one of my videos. That was one of the first videos I watched on Tempest, and I was like, wow, this is something. We might have something here. So, but yeah, Eric. I definitely do agree, especially about the stock price, no doubt. But in practice, I have a feeling he already handles basically very little day to day. I mean, it's just impossible for him to be 10 places. I assume we're talking about Elon. Yeah, I agree. I mean, you can't expect a businessman like that with all this stuff going on to be solely focused on Tesla. You can't. But again, if I was a Tesla investor, I would want him to be fully focused on Tesla and making Tesla the best company it can be. Biggest regret from a stock you sold? Well, Tesla. I wish I never sold Tesla. Like I said, I had it at an average cost of $150, like $160. I don't even know if we'll ever see that again. So definitely a regret for me. Am I like crying and whining and pounding the table about it? No, but if I could change something, I would change that. I wish I would have held. I wish I could have built it to a big position in those low 100s. That would have been huge. And I'm an investor, so that's me. But Elon is literally saving America. Yeah, I agree. So it's okay. I sold Nvidia at 170 pre-split. Oh my gosh, that sucks. That sucks. Wow. So like, you didn't miss out on a 10x, but you probably missed out on like a 5 to 6x return. So, but it happens, dude. It happens. You live, you learn. It's a cheap lesson. I don't know how much you had in it, but it just happens, man. And there's always new opportunities. Don't chase. Don't fall victim to FOMO. There's always new opportunities. I sold Palantir at 7. Dude, Palantir is ridiculous. Their valuation is insane. I love the company. I love the CEO, Alex Karp. I love their mission, but the stock has just been insane. What was that noise? Sound like Discord or something. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, the valuation's just gotten too ridiculous, man. But I bought Palantir at 20, and what is that noise? I don't know what it is. I bought Palantir at 20, sold around 55. But it was such a small position. I had like a handful of shares because I was going to build a position out at 20. Stock started going up. I'm like, nah, I'll wait till it comes back down. Turns out it never did. And now we're sitting at $110 a share. So you live, you learn. I mean, I guess I could say that's a regret too. I wish I would have had a bigger position in Palantir, but I don't know. If you're buying Palantir here, please explain to me why. Explain to me your conviction on how it's going to, double from here, because we're already sitting at like a $250 billion market cap. I mean, what's next? 500 billion just for a double? It's crazy. Okay, 20 close enough. Although I bought at 30 and I watched it fall, sold, then rocket. Yeah, that's how it works, man. That's how it works. I mean, I don't think anybody predicted Palantir to have the run that it's had. So it was overvalued at like 7 to me. No, I think Palantir was undervalued like heavy in the beginning, but the market caught on and then they just did not stop buying the stock. It's run insane. But yeah, if you're a Palantir investor and you're buying here, I would love to hear your conviction on why you're buying, because I don't see much further upside. I mean, the valuation, like, yeah, they're growing like 30%, like it's awesome, but the valuation is so stretched. You're not going to see. I mean, I don't want to say you're not going to see, but I don't see any more multiple expansion happening because I don't know how much more expanded it can get. It's ridiculous. So we'll see what happens with Palantir. I'm not buying. I know that. But Palantir and Tesla, man, great AI companies. If you got in cheap, congratulations. Great buys. But I'm not buying at these levels. No, thank you. What did you guys buy this week? What have you guys been buying, adding into your portfolio? I know one of y'all said Tesla. What are you guys adding? Back in the day, the price target all over YouTube and DCF models. I mean, the dividend people have always hated Palantir, which is so funny. Yeah, I mean, dividend investor will look at any growth stock and be like, oh my gosh, it's so overvalued. It has a forward PE of 40 to 50. Like, let's look at SoFi's forward PE. Let's see. I mean, Palantir sitting at a forward, not Palantir, SoFi sitting at a forward PE of 59. But you have to take into account they're doubling EPS growth. They're doubling EPS in 2025. Even though they sold off after earnings because of conservative EPS guidance, they're still doubling it year over year. And it's sitting at a 4 PE of 59. I think it's attractive. So the fact that people sold off SoFi after earnings is crazy to me. Great numbers, great guidance, just weak EPS because they want to invest back in the business. When they mentioned we're going to see 25% plus EPS growth for 2027 and beyond. Like, are you kidding me? Literally telling investors, like, we're going to be growing at an insane rate for the far future. Like 5 years out, they're still going to be growing 25, 30%. Ridiculous. I personally think BBAI, which is Big Bear AI, is way too overvalued. I'm looking for it to go back to 4 or 5 to a buy. I don't cover the company that closely, but I've seen people mention it. It's just one of those names, man. I feel like they just throw AI in their name to pump up the stock. Like, I haven't heard much of the company besides that they're really short on cash and they're burning cash at a fast rate. So if they don't have profitability soon or raise capital, then they're in trouble. But like I said, I don't follow it close enough, so don't hear that and like start panicking because I don't know. I'm not buying Big Bear AI, but I also haven't done the due diligence. So, I mean, I've just been buying SoFi recently. I got like 505 shares. I want to get it to like 1,000 shares. So I want to nearly double my position. Because it's only 13% of my portfolio. I'm sitting like 13% SoFi, 25% HIMS, and the rest Tempest. So Tempest is a huge chunk of my portfolio, but it's also had an insane run. So that could drop quickly if we see a pullback. We're in a friggin' AI bubble. Going to be a bunch of unprofitable AI companies getting overvalued due to speculation. I agree. Yeah. I can't name specific companies, but I mean, I would like to say the likes of SoundHound AI. I think their valuation is stupid. But Tempest, for example, I mean, Tempest is an AI company, has AI in its name, but they're going to be profitable in 2025. I wouldn't be surprised to see them profitable all of 2025. Whenever they announce earnings, I think they'll be around break even. And they just had the Ambry Genetics acquisition go through, which is key to profitability. They announced. So if they guide for full year profitability in 2025, you think like the stock's going to go nuts for a company of this size in its youth and its infancy, growing this fast, being a disruptor, being the intersection between AI and healthcare, becoming profitable already. Like that's amazing. It's unheard of. Do you have the most conviction in Tempest out of your portfolio? Yes. Yeah, that's why I've bet so big on it. My conviction is bulletproof with Tempest. Bulletproof. Say what you want about it, man. I would love to get into like a chat with somebody that's bearish on Tempest, or just like any bear case. Like what's the bear case for Tempest? AI is not going to change healthcare. Precision medicine isn't the future. AI and cancer diagnostics isn't going to happen. Like, what's your bear case? They're not going to grow when they've guided for 1.23 billion in revenue, and they're announcing all these partnerships, and all the 19 to the 20 big pharma companies are licensing data from Tempest. What's the bear case? Do you trade commodities, natural gas, crude, or other? No, I don't really trade at all. I just got into covered calls. I'm just getting my toes wet. So I'm definitely no expert on options. I don't want to sit here and pretend like I'm some, options coach, but no, I don't really touch commodities or natural gas either. So don't do much trading. Like I said, I'm getting the covered calls, but the covered calls is just really just a way for me to earn premium on my shares, which gives me more capital to allocate to either SoFi, or if I want to just build a cash pile for maybe a new position or wait until a dip, then I can do that. So like I said, I'm using covered calls as a way to collect premium and earn some extra income. Not personal income, but just to feed the portfolio and grow it faster. 10-year goal. 10-year goal. That's tough. I'll be modest. I'll say 10-year goal is not six figures. 10-year goal will be 7 figures. $1 million portfolio would be awesome. I would love that. I feel like I'm the man. Give me a stogie and a bottle of whiskey. When we hit the 6 or 7 figure mark, hammer drunk, celebrating big time. But even 6 figures, that's gonna be a huge day. And honestly, I don't want to jinx it, but it's possible this year. I mean, it basically just takes less than a double, honestly, because we're already almost at 60. So we need HIMS to nearly double, SoFi to nearly double, and Tempest to nearly double. I can 100% see that. Real estate? No, not yet. My dad's in real estate. I'd love to get into it eventually. I'd love to. Thoughts on TA? I'm assuming you mean technical analysis. I'm not a crazy fan. I like to focus more on fundamentals and earnings growth. But some people with trading have great success on technical analysis. And I think with covered calls, I'm gonna have to get into technical analysis a little bit. But I don't do much trading, so I don't really focus on technical analysis. So you value invest more than saving money, I guess, right? So you value investing more than saving money, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'd say so to an extent, because your money's working for you when you're investing. Instead of just sitting in a bank while the bank's loaning it out and making money, and you're just not earning anything, you could be investing it. And even if you go the safe route with an SP 500 that averages 8% a year, so yeah, make your money work for you. Why not? I just got my girlfriend to open a portfolio, and it's been doing great. She just sets it and forgets it. That's it. That's all she does. What about CRISPR? I'm mixed. I used to be a hater of gene editing stocks, but I also feel like Tempest has some exposure to that. I wouldn't be surprised to see them partner with some gene editing companies. I personally am not going to go buy CRISPR or Intellia Therapeutics just because it's such a shot in the dark. It's so speculative. They're burning cash. No signs of profitability. Yeah, if one of the drugs or the treatments works out, then man, you're going to bank. That's awesome. But it's just too speculative for me. I'll pass. I assume you live in the USA, of course, the greatest country to ever exist. Do you know any reasons why CFDs are not allowed in US but are in Europe? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what CFDs are, but maybe it's something with options. I don't know. CFDs, what could that stand? I don't know. If you could explain what that means, thoughts on Kenvue. I don't know what that is either. Let me see. I'll look it up right now. Kenvue. Consumer health company, self-care. Yeah, I don't know much about it. I haven't done my research on it. Growth projection for Tempest AI. Okay, this is a good question. Well, I think they're going to guide for the 1.23 billion in revenue. I think they're going to come in above expectations, maybe around 1.25 to 1.3 billion, because we're continuing to see more and more partnerships. Their data licensing business is just, I mean, their net retention rate is insane. So their data licensing is growing. They're licensing out to all these top pharma companies, and they're just so innovative, man. They're so innovative. So my price target for 2025 for Tempest is $110 a share. That's me. It could go a lot higher. It could, crash and stay in the $50 to $60 range. I don't know, but that's my personal price target. But I think we're going to continue to see like around 30 to 35% growth. I wouldn't be surprised to see growth accelerate by a large amount over the next few years. I really wouldn't. So I'm going to be really paying attention to these earnings calls and what management has to say, following their socials, seeing the new announcements and their partnerships. I mean, and Nancy Pelosi buying the most corrupt person in Congress. I mean, she knows something. You know what I mean? Do you like Baba? No, I don't like any Chinese companies. I don't invest in China. I'm not betting on a communist country. No thanks. Contract for difference. CFD is basically leveraging future markets. I'm not sure, man. I don't know enough about it, to be honest. I hate to sound retarded, but I don't know. Do you see Tempest eventually becoming a $1 trillion market cap company? I've mentioned this one time on X, and I do see a future where Tempest can be worth 1 trillion, especially with the amount of data they have, and they can continue to monetize that and create these applications. And it's this huge, like this Tempest One platform and Olivia, their health concierge app. If they can monetize this and develop this, I could 100% see Tempest being a giant in the future. Is Tempest going to hit a 1 trillion market cap next year? No. Over the next 5 years? Probably not. But let's say 10 to 15 years from now, it's in the realm of possibility. I don't have a magic crystal ball. I left it in my car, but when I get it back, I'll rub it and I'll see. How do I donate? Oh man, that's nice. You don't have to donate, man. You're good. You don't need to donate. I'm just here talking to you guys. I will be starting a Discord server soon, so if you want to join that, I'd love that. I think for the Discord, I want to make it free to join because you know what I mean. I think that's fair. I want to make it free to join, but I will have like a plus membership that might be like $10 a month, and that'll be where we can all get on calls together, and maybe just more insight on my real-time trades with covered calls, or when I'm buying, selling in real time, maybe some deeper in-depth analysis that I'm doing. I'll share it with you guys if you're a Plus member. But I really want to get the Discord going so we can get this huge community. I would love like a little investing community with you guys. So I'm just working on it, dude. I don't know much about Discord, so I'm working on it. I want it to be decent when I release it. But I've been so busy, I haven't worked on it too much. But I need to focus on growing the channel as well. Thoughts on crypto and meme coins? Not a fan. I'll leave it at that. I do own Tempest, but it needs to cool down to 55 to 60. I agree. Yep, I would love to see it. A pullback to that. Love to see it. But it's just been running, man. Like it's been ridiculous. Like it's like every week is a 20% week. It's nuts. So I would love to see a pullback. ChatGPT definition, because I would probably fumble. See if these are agreements to trade the price difference of an asset without ownership. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, man. I don't know why the UK is against that. Is that Black Ops 2 in the background? Man, you know it's Black Ops 2 in the background. Every video I got it in the background. Think I'm gonna have Fortnite or Minecraft back there? No. Playing Black Ops 2, man. We're based. We're based around here, man. That'd be sick. I think so too, dude. I think getting a community would be awesome. Are you adding to anything right now? SoFi. Every week, adding SoFi. Based. Agree, man. Black Ops 2, dude. Yeah, I've just been buying SoFi. Under $15, it's a solid buy for me. Black Ops 3 is best. LOL. It's got all maps plus Steam. I love Black Ops 3. Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 2 to Black Ops 3 Zombies, the best. I'm not a fan of Black Ops 3 multiplayer, though. Marvel Rivals, no. Nah, Black Ops 2 is the best. I agree. Black Ops 2 is the GOAT. The GOAT. Be grinding Black Ops 2. I'm not going to say I'm the best, but I'll be playing the hell out of it. But yeah, I've just been buying a lot of SoFi. I think over the next 3 to 4 months, 3 to 6 months, it's just going to be a big accumulation phase for me. I'm just be loading up as much as I can, using the cash that I contribute to the brokerage as well as premiums I collect from covered calls. Probably all going to be going into SoFi. Unless we see a big dip in HIMS, I would love to start adding to HIMS again. Because honestly, even if Tempest pulls back, even if Tempest pulls back to, hold on one second. You know, we see Tempest back to $60, $50. I'm not sure if I would add because it's already such a huge chunk of my portfolio. I don't really need much exposure. So, you know, if I beef up my other positions and then Tempest has a big dip, then yeah, maybe I'll add to it. But I have so much exposure to Tempest right now. I really do. So, I think Kathy's ARK fund will start going up this year. Man, Kathy Wood has had, man, her performance has not been great. I just saw that what did she sell? I think she sold some SoFi actually. So screw Kathy Wood. No, I'm kidding. She's fine. But I'll tell you what, she is bullish on Tesla. Have you seen her Tesla price predictions? It's ridiculous, but maybe it could work out. But maybe her fund does start catching up. Over the past 5 years, it's underperformed by a large amount. World War II, the best COD? Arguably. For covered calls, is that where you need 100 shares? Yes. So with covered calls, you need 100 shares. Let me use Tempest, for example. It's at 75 right now. I have my lowest strike price for covered calls for Tempest is $81. So my goal with covered calls is just to earn premiums for extra income to feed the portfolio. So when I look for a strike price, I try to choose a price that's I think Tempest is not going to hit while having a decent premium. So now let's say Tempest and the call option expires Friday. So let's say Tempest stays below $81. Then the call expires worthless. I keep the premiums and my shares. It's awesome. Now let's say it closes above the strike price at $81. Well, then my shares get called away at a price of $81 a share. So it sells 100 of my shares. But in this case, if it did happen, I just buy back in. Doesn't matter. As long as my share count is the same, I don't care. That's my strategy with covered calls. By far out of the money, weekly covered calls, earn like 0.5% of my portfolio in premium and use that premium to add to positions. I don't want my shares to get called away. I'm not doing it to try to get extra premium and sell. I'm doing it just for premium. I don't want my shares to be called away. Thoughts on Tesla? Do you think they're overvalued? I do think it's overvalued right now, but it depends. You know, Tesla trades on a narrative. They don't trade on fundamentals and numbers. You just had their recent earnings call that honestly was pretty bad. They missed all their numbers, and they've been missing the numbers for the past earnings calls. But Elon hops on there, talks about Optimus, talks about full self-driving and their $10 trillion in revenue. The stock goes up. So, you know, do you believe Optimus is going to bring in $10 trillion in revenue and full self-driving is going to bring in trillions of dollars in revenue? Then maybe Tesla is cheap in your eyes. My opinion, I think optimism is super high right now. I think we're years away from the Optimus. Full self-driving, I know they're launching robotaxis in June. Yeah, I'd say it's overvalued. I'm not buying right here. I'd start to get interested under like 250 maybe, but it's got a long ways to go. Stay away from Kathy. I agree. Kathy hasn't had the best performance. Hey, bud. What's up, Yuvraj? What's up, brother? You doing all right? How's the portfolio looking today? What are you buying? What are you selling, bro? Tesla just has such a big market cap that it has matured, so there's not as much upside as other companies. For sure, it's you're sitting at a 1 trillion plus market cap. So that's kind of my point with Palantir. Palantir has run to a $230 billion market cap, so it's gonna take a lot to double. So I'm not buying Tesla right now. So if the call at some point went into the money, you would lose shares. You don't lose shares. Your shares, when I say called away, they get exercised, aka sold at that strike price that you chose. So I don't like lose money or lose shares. They just get sold pretty much. I like Nvidia and all, but damn, that PE ratio is insane. Damn, boy. And it's just way too high. See, I disagree. I think Nvidia is cheap on a forward PE basis. I do. When you look at its growth, I mean, we're talking like 60 to 70% growth. Hell, I mean, we could even see like triple digit growth possibly. So I think Nvidia is fair price / slightly undervalued here, in my opinion. Some people still believe Tesla will 10x from here. It could. I don't see it happening anytime soon, but it could. Optimus and Robotaxi is priced in a bit too early, in my opinion. I agree. Yep, 100%. That's what I was talking about. I think optimism is high. Everybody's excited right now. So that's why you've seen the stock price. I mean, it's nearly doubled after the election. And I don't like buying when all the optimism is high. No, thank you. Portfolio is great. Added a Nike share, AMD, PayPal, 2 SoFi. Nice, dude. Nice. What do you think about AMD and inference? I've heard that AMD arguably has an edge on inference while NVIDIA's focused on training. I know Meta's models run on AMD chips. Do you see AMD becoming a $1 trillion plus company? What's your conviction on AMD? I'd love to hear about it. I need to get you on live, man. We need to talk. We need to talk about your holdings. And what's your strategy? Is you focus on growth investing or kind of like a mix of like all around like growth and safe somewhat diversification? Yuvraj is my guy, man. I gotta get him to help me with the Discord. I really want to add Tempest. Wait, I don't know inference yet to comment on it, but I love AMD. Yeah. What I've seen on some bull cases of AMD is that with AI, you have AI training and AI inference. And people say the inference part of it is going to be way, way bigger than training, which is basically what it gave NVIDIA its market cap, is selling the chips for training. So they're saying if AMD capitalizes on the inference side of things, then their market cap's going to explode. I really want to add Tempest, but my average price is 50, and I'd love to see a pullback first. Also, don't want to miss out. Yeah, I agree. I don't want to add more Tempest right now because I'm already so exposed to it, but a pullback would be great. How much your portfolio is in Tempest? So how much exposure do you have to it? Love seeing younger people excited about investing and taking control of their future. Agree. Invest, invest, invest. Take control of your finances. Make your money work for you. Investing it's awesome, man. Watching from South Africa. Nice, man. That's cool. That's crazy. That's far away, man. What are you invested in South Africa? Is your money in U.S. stocks or South Africa stocks? I'm going to end this live stream soon. I've been yapping for like an hour. It's getting late. You guys need to get going to sleep. I got a big day tomorrow. It's about 15%, but I want it to be more. Yeah. I mean, 15% is decent exposure. I don't know how many stocks you hold, but I mean, it's a whole whopping like 60% plus of my portfolio. So that's kind of excessive in my opinion. Unless AMD is somehow doing something different than NVIDIA and is just taking time to develop it, I think NVIDIA is going to overmask it unless I'm missing something. Yeah, I mean, NVIDIA is definitely the leader. I mean, you look at the data center market share, it's like 97% NVIDIA. There's no doubting they're the leader. But like I said, if AMD does succeed with inference and maybe even beating NVIDIA inference, which is a big, maybe. I mean, beating NVIDIA, good luck. But we'll see. I think AMD is attractive here. I'm still eating now and typing with my pinky, but I think AMD will be flat all of this year, catching the falling knife as per guidance from the CEO. I believe it could double my money at a minimum. Yeah, I could for sure see it. I think it's super attractive. I've been in the USA, so I have a Robinhood account and trade US stocks. Nice, okay. Specific numbers I'll get back to you on. Double money in 2026, hence the 1 week share, okay. Tempest, Tesla, MicroStrategy, and SGHD. Thinking of selling this. Yeah. Cool, man. That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to conclude this stream. Like I said, I've been yapping forever, but I appreciate all of you guys watching. It means a lot, you taking the time to tune in. Is there a schedule for these live streams? Not really. Maybe I can make them. Maybe I can get a good schedule going. Maybe we'll do like every Friday or every Monday or something like that. But it's super fun talking to you guys. I really enjoy talking to you guys, hearing y'all's thoughts and y'all's convictions on y'all's companies. I don't want it to be all about me. I get really bored talking about me. So it's awesome to talk to you guys and hear about your portfolio and y'all's progress and how y'all are making money in the market. So like I said, I appreciate you guys watching. Be safe out there, guys. I appreciate you.